Hola.
Dios mío.
Dios mío.
Fue un así, fue como que en frío entramos nomás.
Lo que escuché es el pancito todavía rezagado.
Literal. Bueno, ¿qué tal está? ¿Cómo están todos?
Bastante bien. El día de ayer festejé tal vez un poquito a las malas, pero festejé.
Bien hecho.
Lo siento. No, I'm finishing up my pan dulce.
Y como
Pauli
siempre,
está
gente.
festejando ahora.
Sí, como siempre,
Yeah.
Pauli está sacándose en carita que tiene su pan dulce y nosotros no. Jayas dice, el escorpión pica con la cola, gracias. This one had the greatest capes I've ever seen as a child. ¿De qué ¿Hablaron del thumbnail?
Ajá.
Sí.
Ah,
Walter Mercado era una leyenda, hermano. Cada fin
Pablito,
de año decía alguna babosada más. Y lo peor, la gente seguía esperando que se cumpla.
Pablito, ahí estaba Mr. Dragón, te olvidaste de...
Debut. Y Mr. Dragón. Roar. Deleted, brother.
¿Cómo están? Deleted Scenes, Diva Martin, Dr. Dragon, JS, members of the channel. Wow. I love it.
Los
We have an
primeritos.
announcement to make for you guys. We have two, but let's do the Midnight's Edge Espanol watch party first. Pablito, take it away, Johnny. Take it away.
Este jueves vamos a estar viendo episodios del Chavo. Lastimosamente no conseguí los subtítulos para los capítulos de Acapulco. Es demasiado difícil conseguir subtítulos en general para el Chavo. He descubierto eso. Incluso si es que quieres comprar en DVD, la mayoría de episodios no existen en DVD por alguna razón. Chespirito State, ¿sabes cuánto dinero podrías generar? Y sí, este jueves. ah, la cantidad ridícula de dinero que podrían meter en sus bolsillos si solamente sacaran subtítulos en inglés bien hechos para el Chavo. ¿Por qué? Vender un release internacional en Blu-ray o en DVD de los capítulos del Chavo del 8 sería ridículo. Entonces, no sé, no existen los episodios de Acapulco subtitulados. En YouTube encontré algunos capítulos subtitulados, incluyendo el cumpleaños de Don Ramón. Vamos a
Oh
ver
my
ese,
God.
vamos a ver un par de episodios más
Mm-hmm.
y disfrutar, porque Chespirito, uno de los mejores comediantes que ha habido en Latinoamérica en...
Let's do an English recap real quick, please.
Okay, so the recap will be this. This Thursday, we will be watching El Chavo del Ocho, a few episodes on the movie night. It
Mhm.
won't be a movie, it will be a series, but we need to celebrate Chespirito, so let's enjoy that. I found some episodes with subtitles. I
Mhm.
didn't found the Acapulco trilogy with subtitles, so we will
Mhm.
be watching El Cumpleaños de Don Ramón and a couple more episodes. El Cumpleaños de Don Ramón, though, really fun, so that will
Excuse me.
be really enjoyable.
If you
Um,
if you can explain a little bit in English and then in Spanish, like a recap, what is exactly El Chavo, El del Ocho, El Chisperito, Don Ramon? And I know he's on your wall, but yeah.
yeah. Basically, El Chavo del Ocho is this uh, kid that lives on a vecindad, on a small neighborhood, walled neighborhood on Mexico. And he just gets in trouble, does a lot of stupid things, and it's fun.
Mhm.
And it was this genius creation from Chespirito. Basically, it was a bunch of adults acting as kids,
Mhm. Mhm.
getting into stupid situations, and to be honest, a lot of the things that began as jokes on that show
Uh-huh.
became part of the lexicon on basically the whole Latin American span. So
Hmm. So
it
from
was,
left to right, who do we got? Because this was a hugely popular. It's basically a comedy TV show.
yeah,
This
it's a really good comedy. We have Kiko. He is basically the rich guy. He has all the toys.
right.
His mom is with his teacher, is forking his teacher, so he gets the grades and everything. And
Hmm.
something that not many people know, el profesor Girafales, the teacher from La Escuelita,
Hmm.
he has a wedding ring. So when he goes to see Doña Florinda, he's cheating on his wife. Doña Florinda is la otra. That is something that not many people know, but yeah, Doña Florinda is la otra, and the whole thing of el profesor Girafales actually marrying with her and anything, that's not gonna happen. He's not divorcing or anything. It was realities from Mexico and Latin America in general, done in a way that would seem innocent in a
Hmm.
way, but quite direct. You have in the center El Chavo. El Chavo is the main character. Is this kid that actually he has a home on the canon of the show. He has a home. He lives in el departamento 8, but he doesn't like it there. So he sleeps on a barrel on the yard of La Vecindad. Uh, is a crazy good character. Is an actually really really fun character. And then Don Ramon, the spirit animal for almost every adult now. He doesn't like to work. He doesn't like to take any responsibility. He likes to drink, and somehow he survives, even being beaten. He's
Mm.
you want to talk about abuse? He's abused by Doña Florinda every single time.
And his crime
Incredible,
is
incredible.
putting a how you say?
Hmm.
He's putting a limit on Kiko when Kiko goes on a little tirade.
Yep.
Incredible comedic actors. Timeless. Gonzalo asking Polly, is it comparable the Vecindads to the projects in the USA? Are you asking me? Is there a comparable
No,
show?
Vecindad as these walled neighborhoods, small neighborhoods for rental. Is there something analog
Oh,
on? Yeah.
If the
oh.
projects are similar, he's asking.
Okay. Um, sure, sure. Especially back in the 70s, you know, because this show was so popular in a lot of in a lot of USA barrios. So I would say I would say probably I would say Boyle Heights. It's right in neighborhoods there where people actually hung outside. You know,
Mhm.
it's right next to East LA. I can't really speak for other parts of the country, but um, there's nothing comparable as far as other shows. The only thing I maybe would compare it to maybe is Pee Wee's Playhouse back in the day. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
this
Uh,
Thursday night,
yeah. I just realized that this was a gated community. It was for the poor.
right?
In Mexico, if you were rich, you will not be on a vecindad. You will be on a fancy building on the DF. So
High rise. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Huh. Interesting that the gated communities were for the poor and now the rich are trying to make them.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to compare it to different parts of East LA. And there's some definite parts in Boyle Heights for sure. Big Raj for $1.99 Canadian schmeckles. Yeah.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Big Raj. Good seeing you. Gracias por venir. Gracias for your super chat.
¿El sticker de qué es?
Eso es para ti.
Un thumbs up.
Ah, thanks.
Bueno, este jueves, después de Midnight's Edge After Dark, we will have our membership watch party.
Ujú.
Okay, great.
Y JS nos dice, mi favorito era el Chapulín de los spin-offs. Oh, el Chapulín Colorado. Ah, esa serie me encantaba. Era una de mis series favoritas cuando era joven, cuando era un niño pequeño. Simplemente porque es una visión de los superhéroes. Hasta ahora siguen tratando de hacer el superhéroe em, que en el fondo es malo, el superhéroe que tiene problemas emocionales. El Chapulín Colorado era el superhéroe que es un inútil. Funcionaba mucho más. Dejen de hacer a Superman malo, hagan el Chapulín Colorado. Quiero ver al el Chapulín Colorado Cinematic Universe. Eso es lo que quiero ver.
Estoy tratando de imaginármelo ahorita, nomás un segundo.
Tenemos Rod Thunderheart.
Caballero.
He's working. ¿Trabajaste en su troca? Hell, Latino slant. Stupid voice chat.
Hilda.
Either you're saying hail or hello.
I believe it's hello, but he used that voice to texting,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Well,
got hell.
gracias, amigo. Cuídate mucho out there in the world.
Ah,
¿Qué más?
No sé, estaba pensando lo mucho que evito usar texto a voz. I really don't use voice to text recognition on my cell phone. I actually formatted my Android a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I did is going full hacker mode, entering by command, plugging it on my PC, and erasing all the voice recognition and all that stuff from Google and from Facebook because it comes integrated on the operating system. And I really don't like these big companies taking everything that I say and trying to sell it back to me. So I just deleted all of that shit. Also, I don't know if my way of speaking actually translates using those applications. I talk too Ecuatoriano to be recognizable by Google.
I only use it for German.
That's good.
Like literally, I only use it to. I use that function sometimes when I cannot type because I'm doing other things, but I'm still practicing my German. So I just use it for that.
Y
I cannot say,
Gidok
ich spreche Deutsch.
nos da un Shiba Inu diciendo ¡Haya!
¿No se llama? ¡Vaya!
No creo que el Shiba Inu sea Link.
Ah, lo mejor es que entendiste la referencia.
Oh, si entendieron la referencia. Zelda, maldita sea, tengo que hacer un playthrough de Zelda Ocarina of Time o de Zelda Twilight Princess en estos días.
Ah, sí, sería muy divertido eso.
Gracias,
Pero bueno.
G-Dog. Hey-ya. Hey-ya. Hola, Hank.
Hola, Hank. Y Miguel Fará, ¿qué tal, hermano?
Miguel Fará, el hombre. Hombre,
Me
hombre.
encanta, dice, buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches, jóvenes, jóvenes y jóvenes. Cada uno es una forma dependiendo de la hora ahora. Tony
Mientras
Galván.
no nos salga con Jovenex.
No, don't start.
No, mira, como yo dije una vez, yo hasta
Finalmente.
aceptaré la E. Es natural. Pero X.
Finalmente tenemos Tony Galván. He's here. Ya empezamos.
Bueno, y creo que ya y comenzamos con. Como ya sabe, gente, hubo Comic Con. How excited were you guys for Comic Con? Be honest.
Pablo.
Me sacaron canas verdes, maldita sea la hora en la que decidieron hacer este Comic Con. Básicamente todo lo que decían eran babosos. Sale Kevin Smith a decir, vamos a hacer la segunda temporada de Masters of the Universe. Ya estaba a punto de decir, maldita sea, ¿por qué no te vas al diablo y arrastran a Shatner? ¿Por qué diablos arrastran a Shatner a su miseria? Ese es mi capitán. Ahora mi capitán va a estar en Masters of the Universe. No me imagino ni siquiera cómo va a ser su personaje.
Dependerá mucho. Dependerá cuánta libertad le den.
Esto va a ser una desgracia. G-Dog, exactamente. Después que salió el tráiler de El Señor de los Anillos, si hay algo de lo que me he reído es de ese tráiler.
Como deberías. Jesús David
Después,
dice, hola.
¡hey, brother! Después
Jesús.
salió Wakanda Forever. Ah, ¿Cómo diablos es que mezclan Bob Marley con la basura de música actual? Nunca hagan un remix de Bob Marley con esa clase de basura.
No
Es
solo eso,
sacrilegio.
considerando que claramente, considerando que Bob Marley es jamaiquino, ya, a pesar de que practique una religión africana, ¿no? Lo equipara
Well,
a él como que es africano.
No, hay
Tengo mis
una razón
problemas.
por la que la música está ahí y no es por el hecho de que sea negro. Todo el tráiler se trata de las personas que dejó T'Challa en su muerte y es la mamá de T'Challa, es la novia de T'Challa, es la hermana de T'Challa, son mujeres que están llorando. Había un sentido lógico de lo que estaban haciendo. De verdad, si es que tú ves el tráiler, siempre es mostrando a estos personajes llorando. Están penando la muerte de T'Challa. El problema gigantesco, mezclaron a Bob Marley con alguna babosada. Nada más, si es que lo ves en el contexto y te olvidas de cosas raciales, es Bob Marley cantando sobre mujeres que están llorando a las personas que han perdido, porque la canción se trata de eso, se trata de las muertes que hubo en esa época. Y al mismo tiempo tienes a las mujeres que eran parte de la vida de T'Challa llorando su muerte. Tiene una lógica. Después
well,
ponen a Kendrick. ¿Por qué
okay.
diablos
So,
hacen eso?
so I mean, I think that argument's a little silly. The song. It's a cover. It's a timeless song. Like, doesn't really matter where it's from. I mean, the singer's Nigerian, so what does that mean? Kendrick Lamar did the songs before. So I the, to me, what's more interesting is that they released 3 songs, right? And everyone's talking about "No Woman, No Cry," "No Woman, No Cry," right?
¿Mm?
The song from Mexico, from this kid rapper. What's his name? That kid. I mean, he's really young. ¿Cómo se llama? Santa Fe Clan de Guanajuato. That song is almost doubled in views from "No Woman, No Cry." It's a good song, but no one, as far as do you get what I'm saying? This is like that's it's like no
Yeah,
one's talking about that one. It's like that's a great song.
yeah. Because I didn't really have an issue with that song. My issue is actually the mixing of Kendrick Lamar with Bob Marley. I hated that. If you are gonna do a slow version of No Woman No Cry, just do it. The Wailers were really good on making rhythms that will go on a slow pace that can be really sentimental.
Hmm.
That song is perfect for the theme
The first part
of
of
the
it.
trailer.
The
Yeah,
first part,
because
yeah.
it's woman crying.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it was from it could be from Germany, that I will not care because it
Yeah.
fits.
No, I'm
It
saying
fits.
that's been the argument with some people. It's like, what? But yeah, you're saying like the second part, let's go to a new song
Yeah,
or something.
that song is
Hmm.
Everything's Gonna Be Alright from Kendrick Lamar.
Hmm.
Just don't mix it. Don't do that. Don't insult a perfect song with
Well, I just don't know
shit.
why they didn't go, because it's it's not in the song. If you listen to the whole song, the cover, right?
Mhm,
Thames, the Nigerian singer Thames, No Woman No Cry.
mhm.
Uh there's no mix, and this is a release. This is the full song release. The other two
Yeah,
songs, there's another hip hop song, and then there's the one from Mexico. Why not mix one of those songs? Like
yeah,
soon as
and
you
shit.
start showing Neymar, play the song from Mexico. What do
I
you?
will tell you why they did this.
Yeah.
Because on the original trailer from Wakanda, from Black Panther,
Hmm.
they actually had Kenny West rapping, so they wanted to match that. But this is not the place to do that.
Um. Okay. Yeah. Well, where do we want to go from here, Diego?
Ok. Vamos a ver primero dos cosas. Uno, la lista dice que son 10, ¿no, Pablo?
Sí.
¿Qué número dice aquí como el denominador?
9.
Pablo, ¿es 9 igual a 10?
Que yo sepa, no, pero de nuevo, solamente soy un programador, tal vez estoy perdiéndome algo en binario. Ay,
Gente,
perdón, ¿eso fue ofensivo para los no binarios?
pendejo. Gente, por favor, apreciemos este momento. Y lo voy a traducir también en inglés, pero 10, number 10, 9, 9. See an issue?
Nine. Ja, ja, ja.
Entonces, primero, el artículo ni siquiera entrega lo que ofrece. Ay, Dios mío, ¿por qué los medios de comunicación principales son más... Ah. Pero bueno, salteando ese claro e inútil intento de matemáticas. Primero, miren lo que nos ponen acá. La película de Dungeons and Dragons, con su primer tráiler.
No,
¿Ya-
eso
¿Lo has
podría ser
visto, Pablo?
interesante. Sí, podría ser interesante. El chiste es que Dungeons and Dragons se presta para hacer muchísimas estupideces porque incluso si es que vas a usar los libros de guía directamente, y estoy hablando de los libros de Mint del original Dungeons and Dragons, ¿ok? Incluso así, la cantidad de estupideces que puedes hacer en una partida te llevan a un nivel en el que puedes poner tanques de guerra si es que te da la maldita gana. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué no? Acá en el Ecuador, uno de los enemigos principales, y fue por un chiste que salió en otro juego de rol, en Paranoia, de repente las ardillas eran el peor enemigo que te podían poner en Dungeons and Dragons. Las ardillas podían destruir ciudades completas, es una completa estupidez, pero Hay veces que los Dugon Masters simplemente salen con alguna babosada, ponen a Predator en medio de la batalla, salen con, qué sé yo, justo cuando estaba pasando algo. em, Esto pasó en una partida que jugué una vez. Al enano se le encendió la barba en llamas y uno de los otros compañeros dijo, ok, yo trato de apagar el fuego en la barba. Lanza los dados y el DM, ¿sabes qué? Funcionó. Orinaste en su barba, el resto de la partida va a seguir apestando a eso. Ghosts and Dragons se presta para hacer estupideces. Es un excelente lugar para hacer esa clase de tonterías, así que, ¿sabes qué? Hagan la película lo más ridícula posible. Yo la voy a disfrutar como algo de Dragons and Dragons y ya.
Solo te diré que en una escena, para escaparse de una criatura, se lanzan sobre un cubo gelatinoso.
Perfecto, los cubos gelatinos. Hay un video tutorial de cómo hacer cubos gelatinosos que es excelente y delicioso. Hablo en serio.
Pero bueno, entonces, no, pero tienes que haber visto. Después te mando las imágenes de
Ah,
el
vi el
chiste.
tráiler.
No, pero el chiste de la gente calculando el daño entre lo que le golpeaba el animal contra lo que le hace el cubo.
Considerando que el cubo debería ser acídico, bueno, también depende de cuánto role el Dugon Master. Porque si es que fue un 1, resulta que era un cubo gelatinoso sabor a uva.
Sí, pero por eso mismo es el chiste de que Chief, así no funciona.
Eh, de nuevo, uno puede hacer estupideces en Dragons and Dragons. ¿Alguna vez has derrotado a un dragón dándole con un palito en la nariz?
No,
Rolas 20 y haces daño crítico, el dragón explotó. De nuevo, Dragons and Dragons se presta para hacer estupideces, ¿qué puedo decir?
sí, es verdad. Yo cuando he jugado hemos hecho estupideces. Pero bueno, esta película. ¿Sabes lo único malo que sobre esto ahorita?
Ujú.
Estará en Paramount Plus.
Ok, es Surfsharkare, guiño
Sí,
guiño.
entonces hay que tomar en cuenta eso, gente. Si quieren verlo, estará en Paramount Plus.
Así que Jack Sparrow away.
Jack Sparrow. Bueno. Lo siguiente, Pablito, lo favorito para ti.
Ya vamos a hablar de eso y no, Anthony Cruz, no te has perdido lo de Walter Mercado. Esto es lo de Walter Mercado. Ay, por Dios. René en Twitter respondió a una imagen que puso Gary de Nerdrotic de eh, Celebrimbor, creo que va a ser. Ni siquiera estoy seguro, es Celebrimbor, el elfo que se ve exactamente igual a Walter Mercado. Creo que sí. Bueno, en todo caso, hay un elfo que se ve exactamente igual a Walter Mercado hasta en la ropa. Y me etiquetó a mí, etiquetó a nuestro querido amigo Mexican Iron Man. Estaba justo aquí en la casa festejando con mi mamá. Mi mejor amigo estaba al teléfono acompañándonos. Les mostré a todos los que estábamos las fotos. Todos fueron completamente honestos. Es Walter Mercado, es simplemente Walter Mercado. ¿Por qué, tía? Voy a compartir eso. Es más, Maldita sea, es Walter Mercado.
Ya, anda, mientras va compartiendo, sigamos la lista.
Ajá.
Después, Spider-Man, freshman year gets a first look and longer than anticipated release date. O sea, finalmente creo que tenemos el nombre para la próxima película de Spider-Man cuando está en su primer año de universidad.
No, ok. ¿Va a estudiar con Connors?
Acá dice, the panel gave away several details about what to expect from the series. Both unseen live-action MCU Harry and Norman Osborn will be prominent roles in the series. Es una serie. Qué
Ok,
raro.
me gusta.
Y saldrá recién 2024.
¿Es una serie animada o es una serie live action?
Animada.
Pauli, can you share a second? Ok, esto es el elfo en cuestión. Este es Walter Mercado. Díganme que no.
¡Es Walter Mercado!
Es Walter Mercado. René, te ganaste el Oscar de los memazos. Es Walter Mercado. Hasta mi mamá estuvo de acuerdo con que sí, es exactamente lo mismo. Ah, esta serie va a ser uno de los dolores de cabeza más grandes que he tenido en mi vida.
Va a ser un fiasco glorioso para nosotros.
Que Levimbor nos va a desear mucho, pero mucho amor.
Yo creo que no va a ser amor, yo creo que va a ser mucho odio.
Lo peor es que podrías decir que está sosteniendo una Palantir en esta foto. Si es que le pones el logo de Rings of Power y dices que es el elfo sosteniendo una Palantir, la gente se lo va a creer. Es más, yo diría que hasta el traje está mejor confeccionado de este Walter Mercado. Esto se ve como una pijama barata. Ay, ¿por qué hacen esto, hermanos? No se pasen de brutos.
Porque es la industria del entretenimiento actual y no tienen ideas originales ni nada por el estilo.
Ay, ¿qué diablos pasa ahora en esta vida? Pero mira la calidad de este traje. Primero, esto es un bordado precomprado. ah, Tela sumamente barata. Lo lamento, pero hermanos, pueden hacerlo mejor. Podrían irse a una de las tiendas baratas aquí en el centro de Quito y conseguir mejor tela. La costura está bastante bien. La costura, la persona que unió este traje sabía coser, pero hizo una pijama para viejita. Y no, no es chiste, este modelo es una pijama para viejita. Mientras tanto, Walter Mercado al menos tiene un chaleco interno. Se nota que el bordado fue hecho a medida. Mira el tipo de mangas, mucho más elaboradas. Mira las costuras, excelentes. Este hombre era una reina cuando se vestía. Esto es una viejita en sus años de retiro. Dime que no te imaginas a una de las Golden Girls
Looks
llevando
like he's
este
taking a
traje.
poop, man. Looks like he's taking I mean,
Ay, Dios
let's
mío.
be real, right, guys? And that's the look of this is how an elf takes a shit. Sorry.
I will be honest, he looks like Hillary Clinton.
Nah. I mean, he
Look
just his
at
face
look at
looks
the
like he's like,
face. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, man.
Walter Mercado está
That's
y
good,
Walter
man.
Mercado tiene los anillos de poder. No
Walter
creo que
Mercado de
sea,
nada está trending.
no creo que sea Nanja, pero tiene un anillo íntegro. Tiene Nanja y una palantir. Walter Mercado era mejor que Sauro. Ay, maldita sea. René, te ganaste el cielo de los memeros.
Ah, se nota cuán aburrido fue Comic Con que no queremos hablar mucho de ello.
Ay, comparte tu pendejada. Ya terminemos con este sufrimiento.
Ah. Espera, terminemos con el artículo primero porque hay más cosas. Porque eso nos va a introducir al siguiente, que es de Warner.
Tony Galván, Walter era un Maya. No, es más, Walter sería un Valar. Dime que no. Por eso podía ver en el futuro. Mal, pero lo hacía.
You guys want to be? Guys want to? Let's let's get into a little trouble. Okay. So, I'm gonna play this video, and then I want to get your take, because as you guys, let me see where it's at.
Solo diré que le gané al equipo de publicistas de Tenoch como por más de un mes poniendo a Namor comiéndose un taquito.
Tell me a little bit about the Notch. Is he woke? Tell me about him as a person, Mexicano, in your opinion.
He's kinda woke. He's okay, he's against feminism, but he's pro a lot of the other woke stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about representation and taking the place just because his skin color and everything. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. But then again, there's some other things that he has said about feminism and how that's a bunch of bullshit that I'm like, you could actually be a bro if you stopped.
Okay, so that being said, right? Because they brought me into this conversation. We're bounding in the comics. The Nuts Huerta. I wouldn't be here without inclusion. Now, what I wrote to Bounding right now was that things get lost in translation. His view of inclusion and racism is completely different in Mexico than it is here in the States. It's a different context, different meaning, because he is such an Indio, and because racism in Spanish media is just like 100%. Just as far as you just never see people that look like him in roles that aren't servants. Are you guys with me? What do you guys think so far?
Yeah. Here is my issue. If you think about Mexico, yeah, there's a lot of disparity, but also you have a bunch of movements that are within normal youth that will actually help him without the need of representation. Because let's be honest, if you are talented enough, you can grow huge, and I mean huge, on that market just because people actually, if you're talking about the general public, they don't give a fuck. They give a fuck if you talk things like he has said against feminism or such.
Sure.
You can go on the way of Adal Ramones and be a jokester, or you can go in the way of Chespirito and be a real comedian. Yes, I just insulted Adal Ramones. Or you can go in the way of Cantinflas. If you are talented enough, people don't like how you look, and that's something proper of Mexico. So it's a bunch of bullshit. If you,
I don't know if it's bullshit. I just do you. I mean, that's.
Think about Chespirito and Cantinflas.
It's a different time.
Completely it's a different time. But in the time where racism was bigger on Mexico, they had the face of a native, and they got huge because they were talented. In Mexico, if you are talented enough, people don't give a shit, because in Mexico,
no, absolutely no. I'm with that. However, those examples are anomalies, right? And they've always played that same type of character. Not like, like, okay, so take them out of the comedy or out of that character and put them in the leading man role, like what Tenoch is doing. You just don't see that. That's all I'm saying. It's just not commonplace in Mexico. And I go back to his work in Narcos Mexico, where I think Ryan Coogler really saw him in his incredible acting. Diego, you haven't said anything yet.
Um, okay, I'm gonna be honest here. This is a like a two-part issue, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
What Pablo says is true. If you have the skills, you can. But also, being honest, like for example, who are some of the greatest names in Mexican entertainment as acting, right?
Mhm.
A lot of them are people who, for us Latinos, would be considered white.
mm-hmm.
There is still a very hard, and like in the industry, in the production side, there still is a very harsh reality that sometimes people don't choose certain people because of the views that we have in us culturally. I mean, there's a reason why still to this day most of the posters for commercials and whatnot are still white people essentially being used for the pictures, not so much somebody of native blood unless they have something interesting in them.
There's a reason for that on marketing. It's
Yes,
called the Nestle formula effect.
but I mean there's still that. That's the thing. Because people, and also it's something that's been so many years, people are used to it. Here in Peru, if you try to be inclusive, some of the people who would be included in it would protest it and would ask for the white person to come back.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
strangely enough, in Ecuador, that will happen only if the one that replace the person of
mhm.
any ethnia is bad.
Okay, so we'll just go through
Eh,
this real quick. And what does Luis Navarro say?
En México es más fuerte el clasismo que la segregación de etnia, and he's actually correct. The issue with that is that most people that have money, they can access acting school and they can do their own independent films, and that's how they get big. That's how
Mm-hmm,
they get a lot of traction.
mm-hmm,
If you are talking about the expertise, normally the people that have been most in the medium is because they have the money to pay to be in the medium. You are not generating a lot of money when you are talking about cinema or acting
mm-hmm.
in Latin America.
Okay,
Normally you need to input a lot of money instead of getting a lot of money for doing that. So the inequality is more based on money access.
okay. I
okay,
don't think the notch came from money. I don't know 100%. He's
Yeah, but
but
that's the thing. He
here's
got there even without money. There's that chance.
absolutely on his talent, and here's what I said, because someone asked me to chime in, and where's my first comment? Fuck. First of all, Tenoch is an incredible actor. His work in Narcos Mexico, which is why I believe Kugler casted him. Second, he's talking conversational English, which when you're some things get lost in translation, and that's what I meant, because in watching him speak conversational English, I'm like, oh man, he's having a hard time putting his thoughts together. So usually, like when I speak Spanish, I just use simple words, simple forms. So that's what I was referring to. Finally, I said they're not just from a different world where racism against color of darker Mexicans and light ones are so prevalent. They're not just very Indio. So inclusion has a different meaning for this. He's an incredible advocate for those issues in Mexico. Context is everything. What do you guys think?
Yeah, for me, I really don't think if he was white, he will have a easier time. uh, it's just I know how that shit works. I have been on the artsy kind of world here in Ecuador. I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of people from Mexico that have been in that kind of stuff, and I know how much money is just to be there,
Mm-hmm.
just to act, because you have to be in the right places. You need to have the right contacts, and for that, you need to go to the right parties, get the right drugs, do exactly what you are needed to do, so you can be in the medium. But when
Mm.
somebody has the talent, they rise up instantly, even without the money.
Okay, so there's a couple of different arguments here. There's your that's very valid what you said, and I agree. What I'm talking about is I believe he's gotten to where he's gotten because of his talent. Um, and I believe he points out issues, whether we agree with him on the feminist thing or the color thing, whatever. But
Mhm.
here I was pointing out is that different words mean different things, especially when you're speaking your second language.
Yeah,
Even
that's
the word
actually true.
even the word inclusion, and that's what I was trying to get at. And Bounding went back and says, "Well, we translated it, and he said this in English." I'm like, "Yes, I know." He went from English to Spanish. His English was like very choppy.
Yeah,
Well, well,
Cameron Vale
Pablo,
says Cameron
I,
Vale
I,
says, "See, this is the problem when words are used so often." This is another good point. They lose their original meaning. Polly's talking about a very real form of racism, but the word has lost any power in conversation these days. So has the word inclusion. And
yeah, I agree.
that's all I was saying is that Bounding and a lot of us in the community see it from fandom eyes. And it's like, yo, hold on.
mhm.
Because everyone's now jumping on the notch saying, oh, he's not even talented. See, he just got in through the back door.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna
And
say,
let's get into some Spanish there.
yeah, okay, but first, before
See,
oh yeah, you got the idea.
Mande?
I'm a person who,
Mhm.
even though my heritage is, should be Spanish, my mother tongue, my true mother tongue is English because I started speaking English at the age of 2. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
till this day, I speak in a way where my sentences are clearly built in English and translating to Spanish.
Mhm.
My girlfriend understands me. That's why she never has to tell me to correct me. But there's a lot of people who, when I talk to them, they don't understand what I'm saying because I usually construct everything in English. And I think
Mm.
that's how I can understand what Danush was trying to say because he's doing the exact same thing I do, but in reverse,
Right.
going from Spanish, and he constructs his sentences in Spanish, and then it goes into English. And so sometimes things can, as you say, get lost in translation. And I think that's the problem here is that, as you said, the fandom hears it, and also because, for example, Valiant Comics, they've grown up in English, they've speaking in English their entire lives, and so they take things literally. They're not taking into account that it's not necessarily the first language, nor how they would construct a sentence. Because
So
I bet
so
you, if I
here,
spoke
and
in
this is
Spanish,
what I'm
translated in
talking
English,
about.
they would understand what I said.
This is what I'm talking about. Someone replied here, you're stretching it, dude. He's talking to me. You're making the insinuation that the guy can't comprehend the phrase. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for diversity. He didn't say, he says, first of all, I wouldn't be here if it was, he's like, let me talk about inclusion for a second. That's not a complex conversation. See, again, all these guys are, and you never win on Twitter. That's one thing. But um, I was replying to Bounding saying this is a complex conversation. We should live stream soon. Because they came back at me, whatever. But um, it's totally different when you're putting sentences and words together and thoughts. I can't do that in Spanish like I can in English. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for inclusion. Go ahead, Diego,
Uh,
Pablo.
yeah, like no, that's the thing. The problem is they don't understand the context because most people don't have a bilingual background,
Hmm,
Y justo
especially
por
like
eso, ujú,
it's good.
just gonna end my idea and then we can go to Spanish.
ok.
Especially because the fact of the matter is English and Spanish are so diametrically opposed in and the grammar and semantics and how you construct the sentences that is a very difficult task at times, especially when you learn it later in life. Okay, vamos al español.
Ok,
Sí.
esta es mi cuestión. Si es que traducimos toda la situación, es básicamente Tenoch diciendo que Sin inclusión, él no estaría ahí. El problema, he visto videos de Tenoch en los que habla directamente sobre inclusión y yo también tengo algunos problemas en hablar el inglés de la manera adecuada. Eso es parte del hecho de que mi segunda lengua, de hecho, es japonés. Así que mi cerebro tiene algunos problemas en completar algunas frases y siempre trato de poner el verbo al final. Justamente por lo que he visto de Tenoch, lo que he visto, la manera en la que habla, puedo concordar un poco con Bounding en qué orientación está llevando las cosas, porque, siendo honestos, al César lo que es del César. Tenoch hablaría de las cosas en esa ruta. Es simplemente su modus operandi común. Decir que el mundo es terrible porque él no es del color adecuado. Y aún así, está trabajando para Disney. ¿Ok? Trabajó para Netflix, trabajó para empresas gigantescas y no lo hizo por su color de piel, porque muchísimas otras personas para el mismo rol en Narcos, con el mismo color de piel o incluso colores de piel más claros, audicionaron para el mismo rol y él se lo ganó. Esa es la cuestión. Él ganó ese puesto. No fue inclusión, fue su talento.
Well, in his opinion, he's saying that to him, he wouldn't be here without inclusion. So, but here's the video. So why don't we watch a little bit of it? Then he goes into Spanish, so we can. Oh, wait a minute.
Hola, Dani.
Hola, Danny. Okay.
Exterminate. He will
Can you
get
guys-
it.
Come from the hood.
Okay.
Oh, and what does this moment feel like for you?
Excited, and I'm so happy to be here. It's an honor.
Let me know when you guys want me to stop anytime.
No, you go ahead.
And I want to say something really fast about inclusion.
Please.
I come from the hood. Seriously. And thanks to inclusion, I'm here. I wouldn't be here without inclusion.
I don't think he meant I wouldn't
Ya
be
sé
here.
qué
I
dijo.
wouldn't have gotten this role if without inclusion. I think he mean his upbringing, like
Ajá.
growing up out of the hood. If he didn't get some opportunities, he wouldn't be here.
Sí, por eso. Y justo lo que dijo, ¿quién fue quien dijo ahorita lo de que en México es más clasismo que ser segregación étnica?
Ah, creo que fue. Dame un segundo.
Pero justo mencionan eso, y yo creo que él estaba comentando más sobre eso.
Luis Navarro.
Ya, sí,
¿Mande?
por eso. Entonces, yo creo que él estaba más comentando sobre eso, porque sí es una realidad en Latinoamérica, el hecho de clasismo es
Sí,
bien fuerte.
Totalmente.
Entonces, y yo creo que él estaba tratando de expresar de esa manera, o sea, diciendo que a pesar de que él vino de una familia que no estuvo beneficiada económicamente, ¿no?
Ujú.
Le dieron la oportunidad para poder salir adelante. O sea, porque si tú, por ejemplo, seamos honestos ahí, yo creo que mucha gente, si ves que viene de un lugar, llamémoslo de mala muerte ahorita porque no me viene otra palabra, ¿no?
Ujú.
Mucha gente ya le tildaría como malandro, criminal, matón, cualquiera de esas cosas. Y estarían mucho menos propensos a de verdad prestarle atención. No necesariamente no darle la oportunidad, pero prestarle la atención a lo que él tiene para ofrecer. Entonces, cuando él tuvo la oportunidad de aprender de actuación y actuar y conseguir un rol, ¿no? Creo que es porque alguien básicamente dio la oportunidad de decir, oye, este tiene buen skill, a pesar de ser de un barrio de malandros, ¿no?
Ujú.
Y de ahí comenzó a sobresalir. El problema es que como yo creo que como él no tiene, el inglés no es su primer idioma, construyó la oración de tal forma, ¿ya? Que dentro del contexto en inglés significa una cosa, que no es necesariamente lo mismo que en español.
No, mira los videos que él ha subido con respecto a su forma de ver del racismo y demás.
Okay,
Dijo lo que quería.
Pero también
But
el hecho,
Pablo,
Pablo, pero tienes
that's
que
the
reconocer
thing,
que en Latinoamérica, aparte del clasismo, está atrincherado con racismo para bien o para mal, porque mucha gente que tiene dinero, eso es usualmente origen europeo.
Sí, hasta cuando, y por ejemplo, aquí en el Ecuador tuvimos al Negro Paz, que por cierto no era negro, era indio.
Can we put a
Mhm.
pause on that part of it?
Okay.
I mean, you guys are you're bringing up a great point, but I think that has to do with an actor's social and political views, and I want to talk about that. But let's talk about, let's just break down this translation of he's going from English to Spanish. Is he having a hard time putting his thoughts together? A little bit, to me. What do you think?
That's the thing. I have heard him talking on his own videos. He has a YouTube channel.
No, in English, not in Spanish.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you translate what he says on those videos, it's exactly what he's saying on English.
Okay, all right. Or let me finish. Let's go to this.
Thanks to inclusion, I'm here. I wouldn't be here without inclusion. And a lot of kids are there in their hood looking at us, dreaming to be here. And they're gonna make it.
A lot of kids in the hood looking like us, see us, dreaming, and they're gonna make it. So, what do you guys take of that?
Well, if they are talented enough, I think they should make it. That will be difficult here in Latin America because of the amount of money you need to get into the medium.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually will agree that if they have the skills, they should have the job. Same as if you are a software developer or if you are a wood carver. If you are the one that knows your shit, you know your trade, and you can do it, you should be doing it,
So
not
when it
somebody
comes
else.
to inclusion and racism, you find him, even in Spanish, very, very woke.
Yeah, he talks a lot about that.
But on other issues, he's not. You're saying
Yeah, he's a mixed bag. Exactly.
he's a mixed bag. That's what I mean. Is, that's where I say it's complex because people are complex. One issue is here, one issue is there, but the condemnation over the word inclusion, that's just, I don't think it's fair. Let's go. He goes in Spanish now.
They're gonna make it. And the second thing, sorry, I need to switch to Spanish. Gracias a todos los paisanos, todos los latinoamericanos. Ustedes cruzaron el río y dejaron todo lo que amaban atrás. Gracias a eso yo estoy aquí.
There he's right in the money.
Caballeros, tell me what you thought of what he said, and what did he say, and then what do you think of what he said?
The ones that go through the river, the ones that cross the border, are basically leaving everything, losing everything, and that's how he got there, and he will be right on that regard.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, there's people from a lot of countries around the world that do exactly that. And I know a lot of people that have made it, and I know a lot of people that have not. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a given. It's still your hard work. Is still a lot of heavy
lifting.
Yeah, exactly.
Diego.
It's like I'll be honest, I felt it a bit pandering.
The last part of the whole thing.
Yeah. Because it's like okay, yes.
It was kind of like a little political speech.
Yeah.
That's why I say it feels a bit pandering, because it's to be
knows
honest,
that,
it reminds me
he
a
knows
lot
his
of how
audience.
politicians
He
talk.
has the spotlight. Yeah. They ate it up, but yeah, I hear you.
That's why my respect is like he's saying that, okay, and the people are like they're eating it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it no está bien. No está bien porque siento que ya los agradece, gracias a ellos está ok, pero lo hace porque sabe que la gente está ahí por él y quiere un poco congraciarse y no está siendo de verdad genuino, ¿no? Siento que más está haciendo eso simplemente para decir sí, gracias por venir, sin decir gracias por venir. Y como que, especialmente ahorita, por ejemplo, que en Latinoamérica todos los que están escuchando que son latinos saben cómo son los políticos, díganme que no les hace recordar a varios políticos.
Totalmente.
¿Entiendes? Y ahí es donde me saca de quicio un poco esa última parte.
Y Mickey, exactamente. Wakanda Forever. ¿Qué puedo decir? Está perfecto el eslogan.
Is it woke? I mean, what part of is woke? Everything, some things,
Some things. It's
some
more
things.
like
We haven't seen the movie yet, but hearing them talk, you never hear actors now talk nowadays. At the end of the day, they're always talking about inclusion. It's like,
Yeah.
So I get the hit back. I get it.
Is in general every single time some of these actors talk about them being there is because inclusion if you are a woman is because inclusion if you are a man is because you are this color or that color. You know what? I like a lot of crazy good actors that are from different backgrounds. Lawrence Fishburne, for example, he is for me one of the best actors that we had on movies like The Matrix. For me, he's the best. Keanu Reeves, sorry, but he's a wood plank. Lawrence Fishburne is just amazing on that movie. He is the reason why I enjoy The Matrix so much. Then you have people that have worked on really hard roles that I don't really think that they will have been near that level if they were thinking about their inclusion. Let's just think on Django Unchained. That movie is crazy good. Every one of the actors is giving their all. And if you think about Samuel L. Jackson, god damn, he kills it there. It's not because he's black. He's just a great actor. Unless he is just lazy and he's just Samuel L. Jackson on other movies, but there, he's a real actor. So you can go in any direction that you want. You can go on, well, is because he's black, or is because he is white, or is because she's a woman. If you're talented, man. There's no denying that. There's no way to take that away from all these great actors and actresses. I don't give a shit their background. If they can make me believe they are in the role, they are.
I don't think we're arguing that. I mean, again, that I'm totally with. I think when you use someone's words against them from a non-bilingual point, and you shit on them, regardless of their political or social viewpoints, that's being ignorant. And I think that was very ignorant of what Bounding into Comics wrote, and it ignites people in the wrong way, and clearly the Notch was not incredibly eloquent in English. Whether he's woke or not on that stance, he's not woke in other stances. So what is it going to be? Are we hypocrites?
No, every topic has a different way of seeing it.
Sure.
For him, inclusion is one thing, feminism is other thing.
Which is funny, right? Because
Yeah,
one motivates the other. You should just destroy.
no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
These viewpoints are incredibly diverse, to use a word that he will use, right?
Right. And then to try to do that in a different language. That's all I'm saying, bro. And then to punch down on him. It's like, oh man, that's too easy.
But is it punching down?
Yeah.
Any
When you're
actor in
punching
any
down a person
position,
who's trying whether you agree on their issue or not, you're criticizing them for their view and saying, oh, you only got here through inclusion, you're not the best actor. Then that's not what he was saying. And he's trying to get his point across from a different language. That's punching down. That's lazy.
if it was really punching down,
Mhm.
but he will be just a starting actor on anything. No, he's on the top. He's working for a Marvel movie right now. So prove them wrong.
Absolutely, that's a different argument. No, I'm with you, bro. I listen, and I will say this with building into comics, nerd erotic. I don't give a shit who you are. I am not excited about how it's going to turn out. I see I'm talking about Wakanda forever. I'm talking about the Mesoamerican
Mhm.
depictions. I am not happy at all the way I see it going. I think at the end of the day, I would be really surprised if it doesn't go a really it's gonna be bad. So, but to me, that's a different argument. I guess maybe because I have such a hard time with the Spanish language and learning so much that I'm a little extra sensitive when it comes to this topic. So
Mhm.
forgive me.
No, I know where you are coming from. The issue is that I have heard the Notch talking on Spanish a lot of the same shit, and I know where he's coming from, so I can see the point of bonding is actually spot on, even without giving him the chance to explain himself on Spanish and hearing him on Spanish, because when he does, he says exactly what Bondi is expecting him to say. I just want him, if he's gonna be on that position, any actor that gets to a Marvel movie right now, it's gonna be on the hit, because right
Mhm.
now Marvel movies suck.
Mhm.
Let's be
Mhm.
honest, Marvel movies are terrible. So if you are going to talk about inclusion and all this, is the things why Marvel movies right now suck. It's not
Mhm.
about talent. It's not about making a good piece of entertainment. It's about getting somebody of certain color on a role, because we need diversity.
Mhm.
So he is gonna be under fire. Prove them wrong, or just face it. You are exactly in the position that they are telling you are. You are there because of your color. One of
I would love to hear him talk about feminism in English.
Oh, that will be really fun. He will be canceled that second.
Right.
This
Right.
machista, this misogynistic pig, all that shit,
Mhm.
and he will go shut up and go to the kitchen. I
Mhm.
really mean that. He will say that.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, the punching down for me is not for me is the comments all jumping on is like, oh well, he's here because of he doesn't earn it. He didn't deserve it. It's like no, that's not what he's saying. That's not, I on if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But again, I believe he's talking about his opportunities coming from the hood, because he says I came from the hood. I came from a particular barrio. I have a particular look. And the fact that I'm here in this role is so fucking weird. I don't think he would ever imagine he would have done a Marvel film. No way. Pero let's move on. Diego's back.
Sí, volví.
And
Okay.
Tom is in the chat, and he's here because of white privilege.
Tom is here because he likes tacos.
Tom is here
Sí.
because he is a sexy man.
Sí, Tom está aquí
Yes.
porque-
As I said in my video, he's now Ben Lopez because we are so progressive.
Ben
is
Lopez?
now a well, J-Lo took his name. I'm actually just playing around. They're actually pretty traditional. And that's the irony of a lot of this shit is that, you know, deep down, a lot of these actors got to put their traditional shit, you know, in the shadow. They got to keep it in the shadows, you know. It's really weird, man. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Go to misa. Be the right kind of people.
Mhm.
Just that. If you are conservative, okay, at least I know that you will do the dishes. That's all
Mhm.
I'm saying. I know you will work your share. My issue right now is that there's a section of people that are not doing their share because they think it's beneath them, because they think that they need to be on top. And bullshit. Everyone helps on the house. Everyone does their chores. And that's that.
Yo solo diré como soy tan conservador que a mí me gusta cocinar.
Hermano,
Dios-
los mejores chefs a nivel mundial son hombres.
Yo sé, no,
No
pero por eso
mandes al-
digo, pero digo por el hecho de que dicen, qué conservador eres, tío. Sí, soy tan conservador que me gusta cocinar.
Originalmente era bastante común que los hombres estén en la cocina. El primer restaurante fue fundado por un hombre. La mayoría de restaurantes históricamente han sido manejados por hombres. La mayoría de recetas históricamente han sido manejadas por hombres. Yo estudié gastronomía. Adivinen qué, los hombres somos mejores en la cocina. Chúpense eso, feministas. ¿Quieren ganarnos a los hombres? Vayan a la cocina. Ahí estamos
Irónicamente.
nosotros y les estamos ganando.
Cuando se supone que no es nuestro reino.
Oh, créeme. Es nuestro reino.
¿Qué es lo que más le encanta a un hombre en la vida? Todos díganlo juntos, comida.
Comer.
I got the editor of Bounty in the Comics replying to me. You guys want to see it?
A ver. Ya que Tom está acá, he can see what the answer.
Miguel Farah, eso es el lugar 1.5.
Okay. All right.
Puedes
So
hacer las dos al mismo tiempo.
okay. I'd said context is everything, right? What was my sec? And I just said this is a complex conversation, more complex than for Twitter. And this Josh, who is the associate editor, I guess he's the one who did the translating. I mean, context is right there. He attributed the Disney opportunity to diversity hiring, and then he even justified that decision, saying he didn't feel represented in Mexican, South American media. That's obtuse thinking. Does he not feel represented by other Latin Americans?
That's a mixed bag because I have seen people from indigenous backgrounds rise to the top, and I am just going for the lowest fruit to pick. La India Maria. La India Maria was one of the biggest actresses on Mexico.
Espera.
Straight up.
No.
Chilindrina, María
Sí.
Antonieta de las Nieves. She was from an
Pablo.
indigenous background
Pablo.
and a wealthy background. Yep.
Pablo, son con una pregunta.
¿Mm?
¿Dijo algo sobre que no se sentía representado por mexicanos o sudamericanos? ¿Explícitamente?
Explícitamente, entiendo tu punto. Tal vez no lo dijo de esa manera.
Exacto. O sea, así, mira, yo no estoy diciendo que él esté mal en su punto de vista para la gente. Lo que yo estoy diciendo es que tampoco me gusta cuando la gente, cuando trata de comentar un tema, agregue palabras que no estén ahí. Siempre es algo que he odiado, tanto de un lado del grupo o del otro, ¿no? Siempre he odiado que la gente metan cosas que no están ahí o den medias verdades, donde dicen parte verdad, pero no den contexto completo. ¿Entiendes?
Ujú.
No me gusta que hagan eso simplemente para poder favorecer su punto de opinión. Es algo que yo siento que es una de las razones por qué el mundo está tan dividido y por qué siempre tenemos tantas peleas en todo ahora.
Ahora, si es que ves las cosas que él ha dicho en su canal de YouTube, ahí en cambio tienen toda la razón.
Sí, pero mi pregunta es, ¿ellos ven su canal de YouTube?
Buena pregunta. Eso, por ejemplo, sería algo que se podría preguntar.
Sí, es porque el problema es, pero entiendes por qué lo que digo me molesta, ¿no?
Ujú.
¿Entiendes? Porque, mira, si me dijeran, sí, hemos visto su canal de YouTube, no entendemos español, pero hemos traducido, hemos conseguido a alguien que traduzca el texto y nos dijo, y sí saben que ha dicho estas cosas y se lo atribuyen, pueden, ¿entiendes? Ahí yo puedo decir, ok, entiendo por qué se lo atribuyen, porque obviamente dicen, si este hombre en su canal menciona estos temas, no estaría muy lejos de la verdad asumir que al menos cuando lo que está pensando en su cabeza, cuando lo está diciendo, está incluyendo eso.
Hay un
¿Entiendes?
contexto histórico, sí.
Exacto. Pero si no saben ese contexto y simplemente lo
Ujú.
están atribuyendo y de chiripa le salen, tampoco es correcto. Yo siento que si tú vas a criticar a alguien, debes conocer a esa persona en su completitud.
Básicamente es un tiro con chanfle.
Sí.
Diego,
Yeah.
give us a quick wrap of what you're thinking in English.
Okay,
From
no.
this.
What I was talking with Pablo in English for those who are listening is the fact that I asked him as a confirmation, did Tenoch mention anything about like explicitly mention South Mexicans or South Americans in the video, in the clip we just saw?
Not
What
in
we were
English.
saying is no,
Not in English.
exactly, not in English.
Nope.
No, but not even in the Spanish did he mention textually Mexicans and South Americans.
No,
just
he did.
mentioned,
He said
he
gracias
mentioned, no, he
paisanos,
mentioned
gracias
paisanos and looking
latinoamericanos.
at them, but he's not, but how they put it. The problem with this is as well is that if they don't understand the full context of where he's coming from, or they, for example, don't see his YouTube channel and they add things to what he has said and he hasn't said them explicitly, is what I call saying half truths or adding context just to try to favor your argument. It's something that annoys me currently because it is something that currently is helping the divide make bigger, because you simply make false equivalencies, or you jump to conclusions and you take the argument to places that they were never supposed to jump to.
And that's what I ultimately, that's exactly what I was that is my argument, Pablo.
Ujú.
Right. And I think it's easy to do that when someone who's trying to speak isn't speaking in their first language. Tom, I'm sending you the link now. Sorry, buddy. I just saw it right now. What else, Diego? ¿Qué más?
No, and then after that, when Pablo mentioned the fact that he does mention things like that in his YouTube channel, I asked him, but are we sure that, for example, Josh sees his YouTube channel? And that's a good question. We don't know.
Well,
So,
I'm not. Yeah.
No. I'm saying is that if we had evidence that he actually watches the Nurse's channel and knows that, and so he infers that part of the argument, right, directly, because he's watched his channel, is like, okay, I can give it to you because it's not far-fetched the idea to assume that, right? But if you don't have the complete context, like he doesn't explicitly mention the word Mexicans or South Americans in that context.
Not in what Josh just typed here. No.
And that's what I'm saying. The problem is
No.
I cannot abide to people putting things that are not in what people said. And why I promote the idea that you, before criticizing anyone, and I'm talking anyone, okay, you do have to understand them completely. All their opinions. Before you go, so you can attack them for what they believe, not simply attack them because you oppose one thing.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Josh, bullseye, shooting in the dark. He is shooting in the dark. He doesn't, as I see it, he might don't really know what the notch is about.
Mhm.
Yet he bullseye.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's the
That's
thing.
good.
That's also it annoys me when people, as we say in Spanish, the chiripa, get a lucky shot.
Yeah, that is a lucky shot.
And that's all I
because
meant by
because
punching down.
it
That's
still
too
will come
easy.
from a different place, and it will take the conversation to somewhere else next time. That's the problem.
Oof. Well, did not expect to go down that path, but I thought it was, it's important. We're talking about this. It's the same theme of what do you guys think of the chat? And well, you guys have been thinking. So let me see. I didn't know this guy had a YouTube channel. He does. Some views I agree with, some I don't. We're talking about the Noche Huerta.
Mm-hmm.
He's very outspoken on a lot of different issues. Yeah, that was in Spanish, I believe, where he says the to you
Yep.
people that have crossed the river.
Yeah, and that's part of what he usually goes about on his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, as I said, Josh bullseye, shooting in the dark.
Darth Bounding the Comics did an article on Tenoch, and basically Tenoch said some lines in English talking about inclusion. How dare he? And then went into Spanish, thanking the Latin American audiences and to those people that crossed over.
You know what's the favorite MCU character on Latin America?
Captain America,
Iron Man.
Iron Man, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's number one.
he's
Absolutely.
number one.
I love Iron Man.
Iron Man is basically the basic hyper American, hyper wealthy guy.
Mhm.
People love him. We don't even care. He's what
What's
we
Rob?
want
It's
to be.
Robert Downey Jr. and it was a great first movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a lot. And that's what's I wouldn't say scares me, but I'm like very cautious because Denoch is such an incredible actor that he's so popular, that I want this to be an excellent role, an excellent hero, anti-hero, and I just think they're going to mess it up.
Yeah,
Hopefully Blue Beetle will be the same, like
Blue Beetle has a lot more potential, but to be honest, the Notch will go down on flames on this one, and it won't be his fault. It will be Disney, and that's the thing that actually is terrible about this whole situation. That if he was casted on a good moment where Disney can actually pull something that is amazing, he will shine. But he is fighting a losing battle because he is going about representation and all this that people are tired of. He is getting in that kind of place in a moment where after the movie, I bet is not even gonna be a fair fight. He will lose. He will just lose, and it won't be his fault. So everything that people are saying about him may become true not because he is not talented or he is not a good actor. It's just because Disney doesn't know how to manage the talent on their movies. They don't know when to redo a shot. They don't know when to stop for a moment and think about if the scene is good or is just pandering. And that may make him look like a bad actor. So that's the terrible part about this. He is fighting a losing battle, and is not his loss. Is Disney's.
They can't kill him off. That would be horrible.
That will be a bunch of bullshit. Also, Namor is way more durable than a lot of characters that you will or have been seen on the MCU. He can take the Hulk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he now if it is a success, and his depiction is a success, he'll probably get his own film.
Oh, I would love to have, but I also need the real Namor. Sorry, but he is not gonna be the real Namor. He's gonna be an inclusion
Disney
version
Namor.
of
Let's call it
Namor.
Disney Namor.
Yeah.
Disney Namor is good.
I want to see the
Mhm.
real Namor.
I know, hombre. This is, yeah.
Bueno, como esto nos ha tomado un montón de tiempo, vamos a fly by esto, ¿ya?
Marvel
Well,
Zombies is dead.
Está
What else
muerto.
you
Son muertos de sale. Rick Grimes movies get reworked into Rick and Michonne limited series.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Well, for years, and I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. For years, they've announced years ago, like when even before Abraham Lincoln left the series, that he was going to get his own movie, and so we've been hearing about that for years. So I guess they're going to do a limited series with him and Michonne, which makes, as storytelling, makes sense. They both left. Like, where the fuck did they go? I'll watch that just because I'm such a diehard idiot Walking Dead fan.
Bueno,
The series was dead on the 4th season for me, and it never came back.
sí. Yo
And
no
yeah,
lo vi.
that's a zombie joke.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you, but I'm one of those persons that has seen every episode.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm just such.
watched up to 7th.
I mean, it's so fucking lame now.
Mhm.
But every time they have Negan, I'm like, I just love his character. It's like so basically, I'm saying every 8 episodes, there's one really good one.
The best actress on the whole show was Lucille.
Yeah.
It was a bat.
The end of last season, they had a Negan origin story. Fantastic. Oh, you know what? I'll send you the link. Fantastic, bro.
Oh,
Great
no.
episode. And it
It's
was
about
done to
his
where you
daughter?
didn't. What's that?
It's about his daughter.
It is about his wife, in him being a like a high school gym teacher, asshole. Where's his daughter? Was his daughter in it?
Yeah, his daughter
Not the
is
comic.
the zombie that he had. No, in the
Yeah, that's the
series.
governor. You're thinking of the governor.
Oh, right.
That's the governor. This is Negan, yeah. And it shows how he gets Lucille, the bat. That's and again, I even did a video on it. No one saw my video because no one cares, but I'm like, fuck it, I love it so much. I'll send you the link, brother.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Number 5. Dwayne Johnson shows up in costume to promote Black Adam for DCU. Pablo, tú que eres nuestro resident designer, ¿qué te parece el traje?
Me gusta el traje. Esta versión de Black Adam se puede ir al infierno.
¿Por el actor o por la compañía?
Por la versión. No es
Yeah.
un antihero, es un villano. Black Adam es un villano. Es el villano de Shazam. Debería ser malo, debería matar gente, debería ser un desgraciado. ¿Por qué? Eso es Black Adam.
Y ahí tenemos nuestra respuesta. Siguiente punto. Daredevil regresa. Charlie Cox y Vincent D'Onofrio.
Compren las 2 primeras temporadas de Daredevil en Blu-ray. No la suelten por nada del mundo. Olvídense
Ok.
del resto. Defenders nunca pasó. Lo peor es que nunca vamos a ver a los verdaderos Defenders. Tenemos a Valkyrie en vez de Brunhilda. Tenemos a... Bueno, Doctor Strange está en el MCU. No creo que lo vayan a utilizar adecuadamente. Necesitan a Silver Surfer, necesitan a Hulk, necesitan al verdadero Namor para hacer los verdaderos Defenders. E incluso si es que ya hacen los Cuatro Fantásticos, podrían tener a The Thing como parte del equipo de Defenders. Pasó un par de veces. Era simplemente porque Doctor Strange manipuló al personaje para convertirlo en parte del equipo durante un par de misiones, nada más.
Ujú.
Pero en sí, si es que tienes a Doctor Strange, tienes a Namor, tienes a Brunhilda, podrías hacer un equipo básico de Defenders y sería una excelente película.
Hmm. Sí, interesante. Pero bueno, salteando de eso, vamos ahora a lo que causa aneurismas. Fases 4 a las 6 han sido llamadas The Multiverse Saga, la saga del multiverso.
Esto es como decir Skywalker Saga, es simplemente algo que se inventaron porque no sabían qué más hacer.
Sí, esencialmente. Polly, any comments?
Um, for Phase 5, Six,
For
7,
phases
8,
4 through 6, it's called the Multiverse Saga.
I could not care less about that. Daredevil, very interested. Blade, kinda. Those are the only two.
Sí.
That's it.
Blade es el único proyecto que me llama la atención simplemente porque quiero ver cómo sale, ¿no? Porque además se supone que el actor que habían contratado para Blade ya no va a ser Blade. Entonces me
¿Espera
llama la
qué?
atención nomás qué va a
Pero él
pasar.
apareció en Eternals.
No, pues apareció en Eternos, pero parece que por lo que se han demorado para grabar Blade, su schedule se adelantó y entonces ya no está libre.
En lo que más se demoraron, debieron hacer Blade cuando Wesley Snipes todavía estaba facultado para hacer. Iban a hacer multiverso, ok. Es un Blade viejo, sería bastante interesante verlo. Y mi preocupación es, incluso a pesar de que sé que es mala, yo disfruto Blade Trinity. Y hablo en serio, hay muchísimas cosas que disfrutar. Es estúpida, es una de las películas más estúpidas de la historia. No me importa, es
Blade Trinity
disfrutable.
es la que encuentran al origen de todos los vampiros, ¿no?
Sí,
Sí, sí me gusta.
es entretenida, es como Morbius. Morbius es una película estúpida pero entretenida. Blade Trinity es una película extremadamente estúpida pero entretenida. Si es que no pueden superar a Blade Trinity, son un fracaso. Así que van a superar a Blade Trinity, al menos háganlo a nivel de Blade 1. Blade 2 es el top, háganlo a nivel de Blade 1. Y es un desperdicio que no hayan hecho, ahora que están con el multiverso, algo con Wesley Snipes.
Sí, pero ¿qué podemos hacer? Es Disney.
Ah,
Las nuevas películas para terminar la fase 6. Pablo, ¿qué notas de los nombres?
Whis Kang.
Sí, como dicen
Lo
gente, uno es
pusieron.
Avengers Secret Wars y otro es Avengers The Kang Dynasty.
No puedo creer que hayan ido directamente al meme más estúpido posible, Whis Kang. Sí, lo hicieron. Con todo lo que se han burlado. Ay, hermano. Hay veces que no sé si lo están haciendo a propósito. Esto es bait. Es simplemente meme bait.
No podría responderte esa. Simplemente no podría responderte eso. Pero
Ah, we
bueno,
were
número 1
Kangs.
de esta lista de 10, que dice de 9. El trailer de Wakanda Forever.
No more Wakanda. I'm so tired right now.
Sí. But I'm more
But you
responding
guys talk.
for the weight of the article. What it puts as most important.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. Mhm.
O sea, de Marvel. Sí creo que es el showing más fuerte que tenía para mostrar. Pero no lo veo como una cosa muy fuerte que digamos.
No,
Porque, no, mira, para que entienda la gente, ¿saben cuál es mi barómetro para esto de Marvel? ¿Ok? Mi enamorada, como siempre repito, es fan de Marvel, las películas actuales, ¿ya? Pero ni ella me presionó para ver, por ejemplo, Thor. Ella ni siquiera sabía que se había estrenado la semana pasada. O sea, mejor dicho, la semana pasada que le comenté, ni siquiera había sabido que había estrenado hace ya varias semanas. Para que vean. Yo digo, The MCU es como esa serie de televisión que ya ha durado demasiado y la gente simplemente se aburrió.
Walking Dead.
Igual, sí, algo así. ¿Entiendes? Simplemente la gente está aburrida, que ni siquiera los fans acérrimos de Marvel están de verdad como que tan al pendiente. A pesar de que yo le decía, pero parece que no tienen plan, pero no, tienes que darle tiempo, pero ahora, poco a poco, veo que está muriéndose.
No, sí, el MCU está muriendo y eso es un problema gigantesco. Disney va a empezar a perder muchísimo dinero. Tal vez eso es lo que necesitamos.
Tal vez. Pero bueno, eso es lo que vimos de anuncios como que vieron importantes. También había una cosa de DCU, pero no creo que vamos a entrar en eso ahorita. A menos que
Ok,
quieran verlo rápidamente. Díganme.
mis preguntas es, ¿por qué no estuvo Blue Beetle? Un tráiler de Blue Beetle hubiese sido excelente para el San
Yo,
Diego Comic Con.
yo tengo una teoría para eso. ¿Ya? Que yo creo honestamente que no trajeron Blue Beetle porque como sabían de que el público no estaba muy animado para lo que se viene de DC, ¿no? Especialmente con Aquaman 2, The Flash, Black Adam, hasta hay rumores de que cuando apareció La Roca le hicieron boo. Yo creo que Warner está tratando de desligar Blue Beetle de todo eso para que cuando salga a teatro mucha gente piense que es como su standalone thing y tenga más posibilidades de éxito, que la gente lo junte en top of mind con el resto de las películas de DC.
A este punto. Lo peor, estaba bastante interesado en Shazam. Tráiler de Shazam, hacen una referencia a Flash y mi cerebro fue un Ezra Miller. Y ya, simplemente hay demasiadas conexiones con estupideces en DC. Están ahí. Mi cerebro no puede olvidarse de que DC tiene todos estos problemas. Necesito un reset. Lo que se
Ujú.
es que hagan una nueva película de Superman. La película básicamente reiniciando todo el universo y usan a Henry Cavill.
Ajá.
Y de
O
ahí
sea,
empiezan a concatenar. Olvídense de que existió The Batman. The Batman es una atrocidad ante mis ojos. Sé que a mucha gente le gusta, lo lamento. Riddler no es el Riddler, el pingüino no es el pingüino, el comisionado Gordon es un incompetente. Ryan Kinnell tenía razón con respecto a esa película. Todas las personas buenas son de color y todos los que son blancos son malos. Excepto por Catwoman, que Catwoman es una feminista insufrible.
¿tú dices la actriz o el personaje?
El personaje, su motivación para matar gente es que hay demasiados blanquitos con poder. Así es como se justifica para el intento de asesinato que pasa luego en la película.
Ujú.
Entonces, hay demasiadas estupideces ahí en The Batman. Simplemente desháganse de todo, hagan una película de cero, absolutamente de cero, con Henry Cavill, es un perfecto Superman. Hagan una película de cero con Ben Affleck, con un Batman. Es más, recasten, hagan una película de un Batman joven y luego hagan una película con este Batman de Ben Affleck, pero una versión que no mate gente, una versión que sea más apegada a los cómics, y hablo de los cómics de los 70s, 80s, olvídense de los 90s, me cansé de ver un Batman oscuro, empecemos a traer de nuevo a Batman a lo que era originalmente, una
Pablo,
persona extremadamente inteligente, y
Pablo,
después
Pablo.
hagan el resto de... Ujú.
No, hashtag. Make Batman great again.
Exactamente,
Iba a
exactamente.
decir eso hace tiempo.
Traigan el Campines de los 60 de regreso. Eso necesitamos en Batman. Necesitamos un Batman que sepa reírse. ¿Por qué? Era lo que hacía el personaje divertido. El personaje era colorido. Y hablo en serio, el personaje era extremadamente colorido. Era parte de lo que hacía interesante a Batman. Y después de eso pueden empezar. Gal Gadot era una excelente
Mujer
ah,
Maravilla.
maravilla. Era una maravilla de Mujer Maravilla. Esas piernas, pocas se la traen.
Primero, Dani TV dice: The Batman apesta.
Ajá.
Apesta. Es solamente. Fue buena la primera como hora y 15, pero la alargaron.
Ninguno de los personajes es como debería ser.
Sí, yo entiendo esa parte, ¿entiendes? Pero yo lo digo por el hecho de que a mí me gustó especialmente un poco la actuación de Pattinson, pero como actuación, no caracterización, sino actuación, ¿ya? Me mantuvo entretenido por esa primera hora y 15 y luego después sentí que la alargaban y la alargaban y la alargaban y ya está, por favor, Dios, sácame este sufrimiento, haz que termine esta
Ajá.
película pronto.
Por cierto, para Miguel Farah, lastimosamente, Adam West murió y uno de sus últimos personajes y para mí uno de sus mejores personajes fue en Padre de Familia como el alcalde Adam West. Ese es el nombre del alcalde, Adam West. Su personaje es Adam West.
No, ¿quién será este Adam West? ¿Recuerdas ese episodio?
Por Dios.
He was the worst detective in the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of idiots.
Polly, we were talking before while you were gone about the fact that why didn't they bring Blue Beetle to the panel? And my theory is that they want to make Blue Beetle be as disconnected from the DCEU in the top of mind of consumers as much as possible.
Well,
Because they wanted to be successful.
Not even a week ago, they completed filming. So I don't know if they were even available. They did the DC panel last year.
Mm-hmm. No, but we're talking. There's not even a trailer or anything. You know, like a little something of the Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I think it's good to keep it. Totally
That's
keep it.
My idea is that, like, my theory is that they want to keep it separate, so people, when it comes out, it has the best chances of actually, being a success because people are not going to have in the top of mind that it's connected to the DCEU. That's what I say, and I look at it.
If the next season of Cobra Kai explodes, Cholo is gonna be one of the best actors around. I'm just saying, if he explodes, that will be a really huge explosion. His way of acting, his way of handling himself, I know he can make it. So
Habrá que esperar.
yeah, let's wait.
I mean, I was thinking about this as well, just as far as the casting of Namor to go that route. I think it would be. I mean, since he was so dead set, Coogler, whoever decided make Namor, Mesoamerican, would have been interesting to catch to cast a someone like Sholo. Sholo's very nice, and I know all that, but I'm just talking about maybe a U.S. Latino actor or.
Instead of making Ironheart, I would have been okay with them casting Sholo to make a young Iron Man or something like that. And just create this new character that is this genius kid that wants to emulate Iron Man. He loves Iron Man.
Well, that's Blue Beetle, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's exactly where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Marvel needs something like that because Riri Williams is insufferable. But if you have
Mhm.
somebody that actually loves the character of Iron Man, he loves that, then you can have something that can connect with the fans of the MCU, and at the
Mhm.
same time, you have an actor that you know will kill it. So that would have been a good way. And I keep saying, the nod should not be Namor. The nod should be Kraven the Hunter, since Machete cannot do it.
Well, well, um, okay. On that same tip, right? The reason, this iteration of Namor, he's gonna speak either Mayan, Nahuatl, and or Spanish. I guess maybe a little English. I think the more he stays away from English, the better. I just don't see the same power in his acting because I've seen him act in English a little bit. Something gets lost in his performance. For me, I think that is, you can even say that with some of our, like Diego Luna or Antonio Banderas. What do you think? Because you're saying Craven the Hunter, it's like, oh,
No, he is a great pick for Kraven the Hunter. He has the face.
he's got a great face. Tenoch
Yeah.
has a great face. He's got a great face. Yeah.
I'm seeing Danny saying why they just bring a new Tony Stark from another universe. I'm fucking
Mm,
tired of the multiverse shit.
yeah. Doctor Strange was so
Yeah,
awful.
if you kill a character, okay, kill it.
Hmm.
Kill completely the character, but go with respect. This is the biggest hero on basically the universe. He stopped Thanos from killing again half of the universe, and he's the reason why they revive half of the universe. So he, in the universe as a whole, is the biggest hero there is. So he should be regarded as that. Every single one of the other characters should be, no, Tony Stark, that was the real man. And because of that, you can create new characters. And I mean, stop going to the comics. The comics, the 2009 and on, is just bullshit. Forget that those comics exist. Forget all these crap characters from Sana Amanov and all these bullcrap.
Manana.
And
Manana.
and just go directly to, we will create new characters never seen on comics, never seen on anywhere else, and we will be paying respect to the biggest character on the MCU, the ultimate hero, Iron Man. Do it.
Hey, Darth. I'm trying to remember. Are you on Twitter or just Discord? I'm trying to send you an invite to our movie night. So let me know, or just look at our YouTube page. Do I want him to speak? No, no, I didn't say that. I'm saying is that I don't. If the more the Notch speaks English, I think he's going to lose his power as Namor. Uh, the Mayan or Nahuatl language is pretty cool to hear. That might be cool. I just don't see his commandment of the English language all there. Now, okay, all right. Let me backtrack because here we go again, right? I actually thought he spoke better English, and then I seen some of these interviews from this past weekend, and there's no judgment here at all. But I was like, oh, this guy, struggles like I do with my Spanish, and I'm like, but I've seen him in when you're acting, it's different because you learn your lines and you master your lines so well.
I mean, wouldn't be the best example Ana de Armas, who didn't speak a lick of English?
Correct. A lick. Correct. She learned it phonetically, and then when they asked her to change a line on the Keanu Reeves movie, she didn't even know what they were saying. So, I take that back. I take it back. Tenoch should be fine in a scripted English. Yes, should take it back.
Yeah, he's an actor. It's his work to say the lines even if he doesn't know them. know what they
right.
mean. Instead, he could go on the route of Moon Knight. Chinchulin, Witulo.
Oh
You know what
God.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That happened on a Marvel thing, series, MCU crap.
He learned Maya. I think he learned some Mayan language dialect for Namor. And it is a fabled underwater civilization city called Talokan, which is not a it's that's a play on a Nahuatl word, a Nahuatl city, but Talokan is like Wakanda, doesn't exist.
It's gonna
So
be El Dorado.
it is called God. It is called I'm calling it not Mesoamerican MCU. I'm calling it MCU Messy American. Messy American. That? That? That?
It actually does work, but I can't.
Mesoamerican mashup.
Está mejor.
Um, movie night. We have a movie night tonight. Got a whole bunch, so let's run down the schedule. Latino Slant, we're watching. Mi Familia tonight. We're watching the movie Mi Familia. So you're welcome, Junior. I just gotta have your Twitter or Discord, and then Midnight's Edge Espanol. Pablo, ¿cuándo?
Este jueves vamos a ver El Chavo. This Thursday, we are watching El Chavo del Ocho.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get your barrels.
Are we all done with this article?
Yeah, this one, yeah, and the other one was just the DCU panel, but
Yeah, and also we mixed up the Walter Mercado there, so guess we are done with 9 of 10.
So what did you think of the latest trailer? Had a lot more going on in Lord of the Rings of Power, Power Rings.
A lot of bullshit. It's a lot of freaking bullshit. I can't. They are wasting so much potential on that
Mm-hmm.
terrible series. And they are still trying to connect. The design of the Balrog is the design from Warner Brothers. That means they are putting key visuals to just somehow mix the Warner Brothers productions and this crap.
Mm-hmm.
They are still trying to make it seem like it's part of the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings existing movies, and it's not it. It's a completely independent, different thing. Has nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm just tired of this bullshit. I want this series to come out. I know the fans will destroy it, and Amazon deserves it. They are messing with something that is sacred. So just come out. We will kick your ass. We will kick your teeth, and just go away, knowing that you wasted $5 billion on destroying something beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Pablo declaró la guerra.
Mm.
I'm a Tolkien fan. What else can I say? Yeah, it's the Peter Jackson ballroom. And Warner Brothers, as I can, the information that I can get, they don't have the access to the designs from the Peter Jackson movies. So it's gonna be a 25% different. They are gonna try to avoid lawsuit, but let's be honest.
How did they get away with that? Using that Belrock?
20% different.
How much?
25% different.
Yeah, it was a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
The
joke.
horns were a bit more square and everything. They are going with that. They are trying to differentiate themselves from the Peter Jackson, but at the same time be the Peter Jackson movies.
Hmm.
No, no, man. They deserve what is coming to them. They deserve all the hate that they will get because this was made to be hated. This was an act of hate, and hate brings hate. So enjoy it.
Hate brings cake. I want some cake.
Hate. No.
Oh,
Yesterday I had cake.
you hate yesterday. I hate cake.
Yesterday I had cake.
Um. Yeah. I mean, there was like one or two cool moments. Most of it was just forgettable, and then the bell rock at the end. But are you gonna check it out? Will I check out an episode? Yeah, I'll check out an episode. Why the fuck
It's my
not?
job.
Why the fuck not?
But
At
I
this
will
point
destroy it.
in the game, right? Right. A couple of years ago, Nerdrotic called it. It's like and they're gonna, just wait till Christopher Tolkien passes away. They're gonna go after it, and it's like, nah, you're crazy, man. Nah, no way. Yeah, he got it right, man.
He has been right on every single thing on this. On the Lord of the Rings, he has been spot on, and
Yeah.
he
Well, he's a big fan. Yeah.
things that
Mhm.
I have been hearing and everything. He knows all that's gonna be on the series. I don't
Mhm.
think he has seen the whole series, but he has seen enough, and he has access at least to the scripts. That I can tell you for sure.
Okay, what else do we have?
Vamos a hablar de Lord of the Rings, un poco de DC, un poco de Comic Con con lo de Marvel, más que nada que dominó.
I got in trouble with bounding into comics. I'm getting called names. I'm not really.
Fun stuff.
I'm not really, but yeah, it's fun.
I was gonna say, te diviertes, don't lie.
No, I'm not. And I always do that too, because it's like when it gets a little too heated on Twitter, I'm like, hey, let's continue this somewhere else because it's Twitter.
It's public.
If you really want to have a good let's come on a live stream so we can have a good conversation at the very least.
Yeah, Twitter is like talking with a drunk guy while really,
Hola,
really
Ernesto.
high.
Ernesto.
Sí, pero por eso, o sea,
I do have a Discord. Come on by, say hello.
únanse al Discord. Luego lo cooptaremos como pide el movimiento trabajador, ¿no, Pablo?
Oh, sí. Do you want to see something cool so we don't live on this, well, cool and terrifying? So
Yeah, I
we
mean,
don't
I think this was a
live
good
on
talk,
that tower
though.
now.
Yeah.
Look at this. This
Ay, Dios
exists.
mío.
Let's see, here we go. What is
¡Ah!
that? Wow.
¿Qué se supone que es y por qué tiene un reactor?
No
What am I
tengo la
seeing?
menor idea, pero
What am I
dude,
seeing here?
a robot.
Wow.
It's a robot. Let me see if I can share the audio. There you go. Do you hear it?
No.
Mm-mm.
God damn it. Well, anyway, it's a robot with crazy movements and crazy facial expressions. So, Miguel sí tiene cara de Gil, pero en todo caso,
De nuevo,
la
¿por qué
robótica
tiene
se
un
está poniendo
hardware?
interesante.
Now, is that like a self-thinking robot?
I think it's just the body. I'm not sure if they are. It says it has 600 different movement skills and facial expressions. So they are just doing the framework. An artificial intelligence can be imbued, I think, using any kind of extra storage. If they are using the kind of tensor cores that you will normally use to do AI, and this requires a lot of AI.
AI.
Uh, 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 that. Did you see the other day a Russian chess robot? No, it's not the Cyberman. The Cyberman has organic parts, so is basically humans modified. El novio de Sofía. ah, Supongo que tiene esas funciones. Debe tener al menos 10 velocidades. Guiño, guiño.
Por suerte pasó en la hora 2 del stream, así no nos desmonetizan.
Hay un robot ruso que
¿Está
juega
comiendo?
ajedrez. El otro día se indignó de que estaba perdiendo contra un niño de 7 años y le rompió el dedo.
Sí.
Es en serio. El robot se enojó y le rompió el dedo. No importa que también trates al robot, podrías ganarle en ajedrez y todo se acabó. They need to make a robot look like Arnold. The thing is, you don't want to have the T-1000 anywhere near you.
All right. Well, I think that's it. It's been a good show.
Yeah.
Sí.
Been a
Como
great
siempre,
show.
hemos hablado de entretenimiento, nos hemos metido en peleas de entretenimiento. ¿Qué más pueden pedir,
Yeah, a little
público?
bit of controversy here, a little bit of controversy there.
Yeah, it's fun, man. You know, especially when we disagree. It's like, all right, well, let's you know, we got to work out our disagreement muscles as well. You know, can't always agree and stuff. And
Ujú.
but yeah, good stuff. What do we got? What do we got? Let's go through it day by day. Tonight, on the Latino Slant, doing the movie night of Mi Familia. You know how to get a hold of me. Tomorrow, I'm live with Comics Division. He's coming on my channel, and he's watching the movie right now. We'll talk about the film.
Ah.
And then what do we have the rest of the week? We have videos and live stuff. So Diego, take it away.
Sí, ok. El día de mañana, también terminando el show en el canal principal, van a ver mi reseña de la película El padre de la novia. No la del 91, sino la de 2022, que tiene un toque latino. Y
No
sí,
miedo.
mis perros están ahí ladrando. Vieron la ardilla de nuevo. Maldita ardilla. Y nada más eso es parte de mí.
Ok, también este jueves, adivinen qué, vamos a ver el Chavo. Así que el Movie Night va a ser un Series Night, un Watch Party o Watch Alone o como le quieran llamar. Y vamos a divertirnos con el Chavo del 8. ¿Por qué? Porque todos necesitamos el Chavo del 8 en nuestras vidas, especialmente gracias a Don Ramón. Don Ramón es mi animal espiritual, es mi animal guía. Todos necesitamos ser como Don Ramón.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Nos vemos.
Bye.